Hello, everyone. There we go. That's all that intro, all that malarkey, all that kind of stuff all done. Harvey's already said it's the wrong screen. Well, Harvey, you say that, but I am a member of the Argyle Way, so technically it isn't the wrong screen. So honestly, I appreciate if you do make one for me, but at the end of the day, this channel is part of the Argyle Way anyway, as we all know. So you know what? I just thought I may as well use it. But you know what it is, guys? Obviously, this amazing club's been promoted to the Championship for 2023-24. I cannot wait. It's going to be really exciting. And the purpose of this video is, and I've seen a few YouTubers do this already. I've made a short on it already. So some of you might know all this and all already, but I may as well do a full explanation one. I did appear on Mitchell's stream as well. Big shout out to him, Sheffield Wednesday YouTuber. But I just want to bring up my own thoughts regarding all of this, really, these early thoughts coming into next season. Obviously, us, Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday have been promoted. Southampton, Leicester and Leeds have been relegated. It's been a very relaxing summer so far after watching that League One playoff final last week where I saw Sheffield Wednesday get promoted against Barnsley. But here we are now. Henry's joined the chat. Hello, Henry. How's it going? But here we are now. 23-24 is coming. And I'm both. I think I can speak for all of our fans where we're feeling every single part of emotion coming into 23-24. Some people are nervous. Some people are really confident. Some people think we're going to do well. Some people think we're not. Some people think we're going to be bang in the middle. Who knows? I spoke to a good friend of mine. You've seen him on the Argyle Way before, Connor, Derby fan. And basically, we were talking the other day, and we feel like that this club could literally finish anywhere this season, next season. I'm going to say this season once we get into July, because then you know it's closer. But, I'm actually so nervous. But I was going to do one of these videos. I know Alex Griffin's doing one. 4-0 written all over it's done one for League One. The Coventry fan, Matt, he's done one. So I may as well do one. By the way, Harvey and Liam have spoken to me. I think they're going to do one on the Argyle Way. I'm going to join them for that. I don't know when that's going to be, but I should be joining them for that. They would have already seen my predictions already, and they're going to see my thoughts on this all tonight. And then I'll just back up my points and all that and all when those two do it on the Argyle Way. But yeah. For the time being, obviously, guys, welcome to this stream. That's all I can say. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to what is my early 2023-24 EFL Championship predictions. So, before we get into it, just need to remind you all of the teams that are in the Championship next season. So, you've obviously got us, Plymouth. And then our competition are Bristol City, Cardiff, Swansea, Southampton, Millwall, QPR, West Brom, Stoke, Coventry, Birmingham, Ipswich, Norwich, Watford, Leicester, Blackburn. Hello, Daniel. How you doing, mate? Charlton fan. Just joined the chat there. Blackburn, Preston, Sheffield Wednesday, Rotherham, Hull, Huddersfield, Leeds, Middlesbrough, Sunderland. It's a really exciting league, and the media and a lot of fans have dubbed this as the greatest championship lineup in a long while. I wonder why. So, yeah, up the Janners, up the Argyle, up the Greens, up the Pilgrims, up the Plymouth. That is the reason why. That is okay. No, I'm joking. It's probably not, but no, there's a lot of decent teams in the Championship coming into next season, and I'm really excited for it. I can't lie. Don't start with that. It's 9 minutes nearly into the stream, nearly 9 minutes, and Daniel's already predicted us to go down. Why can't you predict freaking Millwall to go down instead? Don't you dislike them? Okay, it's up to you. Everyone has their own preference. Like I said, we could literally finish anywhere, but I'm going to go into Argyle in a minute once I get there. But before we get into it, I just want to show you guys something real quick. I just want to share my screen a second. Just bear with me. Here you go. This is some of the odds that are already in it. Some of what the bookies thinks. Leicester already being one of the favourites. And look, we're already the favourites to go down. Why am I not surprised? Typical media. But unlike most people and the bookies, I don't agree with them most of the time because I'd like to be my own person. And also, I expect there to be a lot of surprises. I mean, it is the EFL Championship after all. But yeah, there's a few of us down there anyway. But no, honestly, anyone could go down. Anyone could go up. I don't know. It's going to be tricky. The only one I can't see fighting for the top at all is Rotherham. But that's just me. We'll see. We'll go into that in a minute. But yeah, it's going to be a really intense league. It really is. And I don't know what it's going to bring, but we're going to go straight into it. Caitlin's joined the chat. Hello, Caitlin. But yeah, I'm going to go straight into it now. We're going to get onto it. And how this is going to work is I'm going to basically share my screen 24 times and reveal to you all that way on who I think is from 24th to 1st. This is very early predictions, though. This could change by the middle of July, 100%. And obviously, the end of July, I will be making my final championship predictions, as well as predictions from all across the Premier League, League One, League Two, the National League. And I will do the National League South because the mighty Truro are in the National League South next season with Torquay United and Yeovil Town. So that's going to be really interesting to watch. Obviously, we've got a Bolton fan and a Charlton fan in the comment section. Both of those clubs in League One next season. I don't think I'm going to release an early predictions video yet for the other leagues. I'll let you know. Might be different, but at the moment, I've got Bolton to finish 3rd in League One, and I've got Charlton. I can't lie. I know the ownership is not great there one bit, but I can't lie. They are one of my dark horses coming into next season. One of my dark horses was Shrewsbury, but they've just got rid of Steve Cotterill. So I'm really not so sure now. I think that's a terrible decision by them, in my honest opinion, but I guess we will see. And yeah, Taunton's another one in the National League South. In fact, before we go into my championship predictions, I actually want to go through all the other leagues coming into next season because I just want to clarify with myself on where everyone is and all that, and it's just really interesting to see, if you want to put it that way. So no, I'm really excited. For next season regardless. But yeah, I'll just quickly share my screen a second. Bear with me. It shouldn't be long. So yeah, that's your National League South next season. Aveley, Bath, Braintree, Chelmsford, Chippenham, Dartford, Dover, Eastbourne. Of course, Dover's there. They've been relegating themselves. Eastbourne, well, they were the season before, but yeah, they're still there. Eastbourne, Borough, Farnborough. Farnborough and Truro were against each other a few seasons before that as well. So that's going to be interesting. Of course, you got Maidstone there. Maidstone's been relegated from the National League. Torquay's there. I think, I can't lie, early predictions. I will actually do some early predictions of the other leagues, but I'm not going to go through each team and all that. But my early prediction for this league already, National League South, is that I can't lie, and I think everyone's going to say the same thing. I think Torquay are 110% the favourites of the National League South going into next season. And considering they nearly stayed up in the National League, I think they're going to bounce straight back up. Early prediction, but I think Torquay are going to absolutely bounce straight back up immediately. Yeovil, I'm not so sure. They are under an ownership crisis themselves, but Can I see them getting in second or third? I don't know. As long as Truro has a good season, I'm happy. As long as Truro don't go down, I'm happy. It's the same with Argyle for the Championship. And then that's your National League North. Alfreton, Banbury, Bishop Stortford, Blyth Spartans all the way up in Northumberland, Boston, Brackley, Buxton, Chester, Corley, Curzon Ashton, Darlington, Farsley Celtic, Gloucester, Hereford, Kings Lynn, Peterborough Sports, Russell, Scarborough, See, I can't believe Scunthorpe are down there now. That just shows how badly run they have been. I feel awful for them. I hope to see them soon in the EFL once more because they're a club I really like, first of all. And second of all, it's just not easy. It's the same with Torquay and Yeovil. And obviously, I'm not the biggest fan of Torquay, am I? Because they're one of our biggest rivals, of course. But honestly, you look at all these clubs and you're there thinking, why are they down here? But at the same time, they absolutely deserve to be down there because they haven't been good enough and all that. But it is a sad sight to see. Hereford's another one. They used to be in the Football League as well. But it is a sad sight to see because it's just something you don't expect, if you get what I mean. But yeah, that's your National League North. So let's see how that gets together. I'm gonna read the comment section once I've gone through this bit so far. That's your National League. AFC Fylde, Aldershot, Altrincham, Barnet, Boreham Wood, Bromley, Chesterfield Daggers, Dorking Wanderers, Eastleigh, Ebbsfleet, Halifax, Gateshead, Hartlepool, Kidderminster, Maidenhead, Oldham, Oxford City. If Oxford United got relegated from League One, the two Oxford clubs would have been a league apart. Like, you never would have thought that, would you? Like, fair enough. But no, Oxford did stay up anyway in League One. Rochdale are now down there. Terrible what's going on over there at the moment. They were in League One a few seasons ago as well. Solihull, Southend, Wealdstone, Woking and York. I'm not going to say my National League North predictions because I have to be honest, I don't know much about the league. But as for the national, Scunthorpe might go straight back up. I don't know. They are badly run at the moment, so I'm not so sure. The National League, well, Chesterfield were the closest to promotion that haven't got promoted, but I can't lie, I do fancy Southend going up this season. I know they've got awful ownership crisis. They nearly went liquidated back in February, March. It was awful to see. Thankfully, they've been saved. But I see them up there next season. I really do. And they played brilliantly this season regardless anyway. I think Southend and Chesterfield are the two at the moment I'm going for to going up. I don't see anyone else doing it. But again, too early to tell. Here's League Two. Now, obviously, we played Accrington Stanley, Forest Green, Morecambe and MK Dons this season. They've been relegated to League Two. And, of course, Notts County and Wrexham have been promoted from the National League. But, yeah, it's Aki, Wimbledon, Barrow, Bradford, Colchester, Crawley, Crewe, Doncaster, FGR, Gillingham, Grimsby, Harrogate, Mansfield, MK Dons, Morecambe, Newport, Notts County, Salford, Stockport, Sutton, Swindon, Tranmere, Walsall, Wrexham. Now, I know everyone is backing both Wrexham and Notts County to immediately do it again already. But I don't think it's necessarily going to be that easy for them. But I'm going to say, I do think Wrexham will go up, though. I do think they will go up. There's a lot of money behind that club at the moment with Ryan Reynolds and co. At the moment, I'm going to say, again, I don't know much about League Two. I mainly know about, my best knowledge is either the Premier League or a league Argyle's in. But at the moment, I'm going to say Stockport as champions. They were edgingly close this season, just gone. Edgingly close. I'm going to say at the moment, Stockport. I am going to say Wrexham. I do think they're going to do it again. I'm going to say Stockport, Wrexham, Swindon. I can't lie, though. I know they were awful in League One last season, and people are going to ridicule me for this, but I genuinely see Forest Green being up there, and I'll tell you why. I know they were dreadful last season, and they did this season, and they did it to themselves, getting rid of Rob Edwards, getting rid of the majority of their players. League One just wasn't for them this season, but they are very well run at the moment. And I feel like if they get the right players, the right manager, and they're well up there, I can see them getting playoffs. I really do. I don't know though. I don't see Morecambe going back up. I can't lie. I don't see Accrington Stanley coming back up. I can't lie. MK, I think they'll get playoffs. I don't think they'll go up. I think it'll be one of Forest Green or Doncaster. I'm not so sure though. Donny did have a terrible season though. A disappointing season this season, as did Gillingham and as did Wimbledon, who all went down from League One the season before. Crewe had the best of the seasons out of the four, actually. So it's mental. But I don't know. We'll see. This is League One. Right, now, obviously, this is the league we've just been promoted out of. As you can see there, Wigan has already got a -8 points deduction. Not going very well for them at the moment. But at the moment, I am going to say... yes. Derby to win the league. And the reason why I think Derby will win the league is not because they're the favourites. It's definitely not because of that. Like, again, I don't like listening to the bookies and all that all the time. But the reason why I think Derby will win it next season is because the way they missed out on this season, finishing 7th right at the end when they looked to finish in the top 6 as well, that reminded me of us last season. And then we kicked ass under Shuey and look what happens. And I just feel Paul Warden's going to do exactly the same thing. I think they are losing McGoldrick, though, to Notts County. But if they replace him well, I think they'll do it. I think Derby and Barnsley are my top two. And in fact, what I saw from Barnsley in that League One playoff final against Wednesday, that just shows they are capable of doing it. Michael Duff's a brilliant manager. Oh, and if they keep their team, I think they're going to do it. I'm going to say Derby and Barnsley autos and Bolton to win the playoff final. I just don't see anyone else going up, honestly. I honestly don't. I think it will be those three. And all 6 of us will be together again next season, if that happens. But we'll see. Right. Actually, no, before I go to the Premier League, sorry. My relegation for League One at the moment, I'm going with... This is in no particular order. I'm going with Port Vale, Cambridge, Cheltenham. Oh, God. Who do I do for another one? I did have Stevenage originally, but then I had them to stay up by a minuscule. And I think I had Northampton to stay up by a minuscule as well. Oh, who did I... Oh, yeah, Wigan, of course. Yeah. No, I genuinely think Wigan's going to go down. I honestly do. I think it will be their turn to finally be in League Two. And then maybe they might bounce back up in 24-25. But no, I'm going to say Cambridge, Cheltenham, Port Vale and Wigan. They're my bottom 4 at the moment. And yeah, Barnsley, Derby, Barnsley and Bolton to go up. And then the Premier League, well, my 2 dark horses at the moment are Brentford and Bournemouth. I think they're going to be the 2 surprises of the season. I've got Brentford to finish 6th at the moment. I can just see them get Europe. And I can just see them have a cracking season. Bournemouth, I've got top 10. Gary O'Neill's been a fantastic manager. And I also think they're going to surprise people because there's going to be clubs like Aston Villa and Brighton who are all exceptional sides right now. Fantastic sides right now. But I know they're going to be really focused on Europe. And that's why I've got both of them a little bit further down the order at the moment. I've got Brighton 10th, Aston Villa 11th. West Ham 12th. Of course, West Ham won the Conference League, so they're going to be in Europe next season as well. But I just see 2 surprises there. My relegation 3. Well, actually, I'll go to my champions already. I think Man City's going to win the league again. A lot of people's going to have Man City to win the league again. Although no one has won that Premier League 4 times in a row. No one. So it could be someone different, but I don't know. I just think City's team is the best on the planet right now, and I think it will be confirmed if they win the Champions League tomorrow, but who knows? We'll see. But no, my top 4 at the moment are Man City, Newcastle, Liverpool and Arsenal in that order. Manchester United to just finish out in 5th place, but I can see Man U do well in the Champions League next season. And my bottom 3, and you guys might be a bit surprised about this, but I've gone with Everton to finish bottom. I mean, the financial state they're in is awful at the moment, and I just don't think they're going to be good enough next season. I think it's finally going to be their turn to get relegated. They could be getting a points deduction as well for next season, which isn't looking great for them either. But no, my bottom three at the moment are Everton, Sheffield United, and Wolves. So a bit of bold claims there, but I see it happening. Everyone's predicting Luton to go straight back down, but I think they're going to survive. I genuinely do. I can see Luton do exactly what Huddersfield did when they went up. They barely survived, finished 16th in 2017-18, and then they went down the next season. I can see Luton get second season syndrome, but I think they're gonna be well up for it, and they're just gonna do it. And Burnley, I've got 13th at the moment, so who knows? We'll see. But yeah, that's my early takes for those leagues at the moment. So we are going to get into the Championship now. I'm going to have a look at the comments for the time being before I go into my predictions for the Championship. Early predictions, of course. Okay, let's have a look. I think they are, Caitlin. I think they are. I think one of the former Sunderland owners is going into Charlton. Yes. Yeah, one of them, like Daniel's just said. Henry saying, going to try and do Preston by myself, but just a trek and not sure. You never know, mate. I mean, I'm hoping to be there anyway. So, and also, I could be going in a car with a friend of mine. So if you want any help with that, to get transport up there with my friends, give me a personal private message about it and we'll try and sort stuff for next season. That should be good, though. Will you go Sunderland and Middlesbrough? Yes, 100%. I don't care how far they are and they're on the other side of the country. I really want to tick off both of them. I plan to do every single game next season. Obviously, I work at the club at home, so that's brilliant. But away, I mean, basically, you might have all seen this on the Argyle Way already, but my plan, I've got my birthday on the 22nd coming, so I turn 24, annoyingly, this year, which is not going to be fun. But I'm going to say I plan to do every away game next season, and I know if there are any tickets that I'm going to struggle for, I'm just going to do everything I can to work with the lads and my and some good friends of mine to give you guys my videos of each game and all that, episodes, 46 episodes. I plan to go to every game, and I just hope that's possible as well, because Argyle annoyingly announced back in April that they won't let new people have their have a season ticket, and that freaking wound me right up. That did, because that was my main plans, crashing down the order. Because I couldn't get one this season because I was literally in debt. I just had 4 years of university and I just couldn't afford it, so I just went to what I can, which I guess is the aim again next season. But no, I'm going to try and do everything I can to go to every single game. So, yeah. Chesterfield and Dagenham and Redbridge to go up. Wrexham are favourites for League Two, not surprised. Barnsley will get playoffs. Reading could be up there. I've got Reading playoffs at the moment, but I don't think they're going up. And I don't think they'll be in the playoff final, personally. At the moment, I think the playoff final is Bolton versus Blackpool. But I don't know yet. Let's have a look at the rest. Cambridge have lost all their best players. Yeah, I know. Cambridge's retain list is massive. Like, I don't believe it. I genuinely don't believe it. No wonder I've got them in my bottom four at the moment. And, yeah. Let's have a look at the rest. Luton will do a Bournemouth and stay there for a couple seasons, then go down. Maybe. Who knows? I mean, to be fair, I hope they do well, because I just think Luton's story is just absolutely incredible to get from the National League to the Premier League. It's just, that is unbelievable. It's clubs like Luton, Bournemouth, Brighton, I look at that I just like, I really hope we make it one day. And I just saw an Instagram photo earlier today, and it was a post saying, these are the list of the EFL clubs who've never made the top flight. And I just looked at that thinking, hopefully we'll do it one day. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. That is the dream. Look, I've got 2 life goals of mine before I'm dead, and that is Truro to get to League 2 and Argyle to get to the Premier League. We can only hope, and everyone at Argyle said to me, we'll get there one day. I hope. In my lifetime, I hope. We'll see. So I'm hoping for a cracking championship season. I mean, I hope we stay up this season at least anyway. So then hopefully, touch wood, we can build on from then. I can't see Luton winning a single game. Every team in that league can and most probably will be. I don't know. I mean, the worst team we've ever seen, obviously, was Derby in 2008. They did get 1 win that season. They did beat Newcastle. But no, I can see. The thing is, I can see every team at least win 1 game and lose 1 game, apart from the Invincibles. That's an exception, but I don't think I'm going to see anything like the Invincibles ever again, in my honest opinion. They might, but I don't see it happening. If you could stop off at Milton Keynes and get me, I'd love to come here. I'll have to talk to my mate about that, Henry, because obviously Preston, we're going to be going up the M5 and the M6. And I know that's not Milton Keynes way at all, but I'll have to let you know because that might be really tricky. But to be fair, I might get the train there, yeah. So who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Bolton v Blackpool be a good final due to Ian Evans. Yeah, that would be interesting. Of course, he's very linked with both of those clubs. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. So I'm now going to stop sharing my screen for the time being because I'm going to open it back up in a minute. And I'm going to reveal to you all badge by badge on who I've got from 24th to the top, basically. But no, this is going to be really interesting. Really, really interesting. So feel free to say in the comments, guys, on what your predictions are for the championship from 24th to the top. Feel free. Just let you know you're going to be removed from the stream if any of you predict Argyle to get relegated. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. It's up to you. It's your own personal opinion. I'm just praying we don't go down. I can't wait for this season. The nerves have got to me already. We haven't started yet. I think there's going to be... I spoke to a friend of mine, an Ipswich fan, the other day, and I said I think there's going to be plenty I hate football moments coming into the championship this season. I can't wait. I can and I can't. I think there's going to be a lot of rages. It's not going to be easy. But I guess that's football for you. So yeah, let's move on to... Let's get it started on who I think is going to come 24th place. So if you want to do the drum rolls in the background, you can, but time to share my screen and you're all going to find out. My 24th place, early predictions. My 24th place at the moment, getting relegated from the Championship into League One for 24-25. My early 24th place is Birmingham City. Birmingham City. I've got Birmingham to finish bottom as it stands. And the reason why, they've been really bang average in the Championship for a long time. And this is also why I can see so many surprises coming into the Championship. It is a hard league. It is a hard league. And there's been so many teams in that Championship who's been in there for years and years. And they've just been bang average for a few seasons. But I honestly do not see them doing well at all this season. So I don't know yet. We'll see. But yeah, Birmingham are my bottom for the time being. Thoughts on Roger from the Green Taverners? He's an absolute legend. That's all I can say with that, really. Absolutely love Rog, and I can't wait to spend more of next season with him. It's going to be great. But yeah, Birmingham are my bottom for the time being. I just think, like Reading this season, I think it will finally be their turn to go into League One. I really do. I'm just going to make a banner a second while I do this. Oh, hang on a second. Now it's streaming up in a pleb. But yeah, while I sort all that out, yeah, I have got Birmingham to finish bottom for the time being. I just don't see them doing well at all. But I think the relegation battle is going to be really, really tight between a lot of the bottom half. And I just think Birmingham's going to struggle right towards the end. I just see them having a bad season. I remember Ipswich's awful season in 2019 when they went down. Dreadful season they had then. I'm just going to change my banner brand here, chat. I'm not used to saying chat like that. That's Harvey Rose Veer's job. But I'll get used to it. You know what? I may as well put the colour next to it. Yeah, Birmingham bottom. I have currently got Birmingham bottom. The other thing about them is that I'm not so keen on their manager, John Eustace. I really am not. I don't know what's going to happen. But I tried to reconsider some of these teams, and I made a few changes, but I just, like I've said already, a bit like Reading this season, and just like with Ipswich a few seasons before in 2019, there has been exceptions like that. I remember Wolves in 2013 when they went down to League One. I think it will be Brum's time. I genuinely think it will be Birmingham's turn this time. So they're currently my bottom. But again, like I've said already throughout the entire of this stream so far, this could easily change by the time it gets to July or even my birthday at the end of June. But no, and I see John Eustace as one of the first managerial casualties of the season. I really think they're going to struggle. So yeah, Birmingham to go down. Birmingham to go down as it stands. So while I stop sharing the screen there for the time being, before I reveal to you all my 23rd, let's have a look at the comments. Caitlin's saying Rotherham bottom. Zillinder's saying Rotherham. Marcus is saying there are a lot of basket cases clubs in the Championship. All three teams that got promoted won't go down. I will say this for the time being, and you might all be... Actually, no. I'll reveal it once I get to 22nd, but no. Marcus is saying QPR will go down and Cardiff. Oh, interesting. Interesting. It could finally be their turns. The last time QPR were in League One was when we won League One in 2004. The last time we got promoted to the Championship, and QPR finished runners-up just behind us. And they've been in either one of the Championship or the Premier League ever since. So who knows? It could be different. But yeah, in fact, I'm gonna put this in like how they do on Wikipedia. So yeah, the R sign. There we go. But yeah, I genuinely think it will finally be Birmingham's turn to go down, and they have been bang average all these years now, and I just think it will finally be their turn. Who knows? I could be heavily wrong, but like it's the Championship, it's the EFL. There's bound to be a lot of surprises. But who knows? We'll see. So that is who I've got to finish bottom, which means we now move on to the second of my relegated teams for the time being. So we're now going to share the screen. I think I just deliberately made my voice pitch there. I don't know why. Anyway, and that is my 23rd. So similar to you, Marcus, I have got Cardiff to go down. Cardiff are currently my 23rd. They've just got rid of their manager from last season as well, Sabri Lamucci, I think, whatever his name is. I should know this off by heart. Yeah, Sabri Lamucci. Yeah, his contract's run out. A new manager's come in, Erol Bulot, but I know the atmosphere does not look good at all right now at Cardiff. They would have gone down. They would have gone down this season if it wasn't for. Excuse me. They would have gone down this season if it wasn't for Reading's points deduction. But I just think it'll, again, like Birmingham, I think it will finally be their turn. I really do. And I just really think, again, like Birmingham, they're gonna really struggle. I don't know how their new manager is going to do as well. I think they're in for a tough season, the South Wales club. So yeah, and that's again proof on why my screen is still blue for the time being, because I do think Cardiff are going down as it stands. Very early predictions, of course, but I do think they will. I do think they will. But like I've said already, it's going to be a tight relegation scrap. So I don't know how they're going to do Cardiff, but no, Cardiff and Birmingham, I think, will go down. It'll finally be their turn going into League One, but who knows? We will see. We will see. So that is 23rd done already. So we now go into the final relegation spots, and this one might surprise a few people, but it's another. I don't know. A lot of people have called me ridiculous for this one, but it could happen. It could happen. Like I said, it's the EFL. There's bound to be surprises. But I just, I don't know. I was actually really tight on who to choose here. I was really stuck between 3 clubs, actually, or 4 clubs, actually, as I should say, on who this final relegation spot is going to be. So I'm now going to reveal to you all who I have gone with to finish 22nd for the time being. So let's share the screen. Hull! And I know when Liam Rosenia came in, he actually steadied the ship up there and got them towards the table. But I don't know if he's going to continue doing that next season. I don't know. It was really tight, but I think the other sole reason on why I ended up predicting Hull was because I know everyone, and this is where I like being against the majority as well, just for the pure freaking colour change. There we go. Just for the pure difference to everyone else. But I don't know what it is with Hull, but I just see them again in League One in a couple seasons time, or even this season. This is one of my surprise ones, I know, because I know a lot of people have got Hull to finish mid-table for the time being, and I know someone had Hull to be dark horses. I think that was actually you, Caitlin. But I think, I don't know what it is. Liam Rosenia came in. He made the club have a much better season than what they were having this season in the Championship. But I just don't know if he can keep it going. And I can't lie, I hardly rated him when he was managing Derby before Paul Warne took over. It's a hard one, but like I said, I think it's going to be a tight relegation battle. But I've gone with Hull. I've gone with Hull to go down. Really going to be really interesting. Let me look at the comment section for the time being. Henry saying, I like QPR. Hope they stay up. I'm not a huge fan of QPR, and that's because my favourite Premier League team is Chelsea because of my dad. So I'm not a fan of QPR at all regarding that. But I think they'll stay up as well. I know Ainsworth is one of the favourites of the managers to go down this season, next season, as I should say. I'll say this season once I get to July. It does get confusing when you get to this time of the year, doesn't you? Isn't it? So yeah, but I don't know. I think they're just going to stay up. But again, my mind could be well and truly changed coming into July or just before the season starts. Jacob saying, Jack, I keep seeing you at Argyle. That's good to hear, mate. No, honestly, that's great to hear. This is the same with anyone at Argyle. If anyone does see me and you did want to chat about football or just anything in general, just please come and say hi, honestly, because I love socialising. I love talking to people. I love talking to football fans as well, regardless. So it's just part of our society, isn't it? And part of our socialisation. So yeah, all that really. But yeah, I've got Hull to finish bottom 3. They are one of my surprises to go down. I can see them being League One again. And I can also see Liam Rosenia be one of the first managers to go as well. I can see them have a dreadful start again, like this season. He'll go. They'll bring someone else in. But this time, I think they won't improve like they did in this season just gone. But yeah, no, I think the Tigers are going back down. And again, like I've said already, too many people are predicting the likes of Rotherham or even us to go down. few others as well. QPR, Cardiff, Preston. No, not Preston. I think us, Rotherham, QPR, and Cardiff are the 4 favourites to go down by bookies. But I just think there's going to be a lot of surprises, like there is in the EFL most of the time anyway. But no, I think Hull's going back down, and I just think too many people are slating Rotherham, and that's why I've got them to just stay up. But we'll get on to the Millers in a minute. Hull are in my bottom 3. So I've got Birmingham, Cardiff, and Hull to go into League One next season as it stands, which means, where's Marcus's comments? Here. There are a lot of basket cases clubs in the Championship. All 3 teams that got promoted won't go down. I agree with you. I think all 3 are going to surprise the whole Championship. Honestly, I really do. I really do. It's going to be really interesting. Oh God! Well, I need to watch Griffin's video on again about that. But yeah, he has predicted us to go down. I can't believe him. If you're watching this, Alex, I hope you're proud. You never know. We might go down, yeah. But we'll see. But yeah, Birmingham, Cardiff, Hull. They're my bottom 3. Thoughts on PTS Villa FC? Rudy van Nistelrooy scored against them, and Thomas Bransky slipped on ice in a defeat. I can't lie, mate. I don't know. I saw his video on TikTok. I'll have to look into it. But if you're watching this, Alex, now that you've predicted us to go down, I hope Ipswich completely bottle this season. No, I'm joking. I don't really wish anyone hugely bad this season, apart from QPR, because I can't stand them. But if anything, our main rivals this season are Preston, just purely because Ryan Lowe is their manager, and us as a club is going to us as a club is going to want to have revenge on our former gaffer. So there we go. I'm really excited for fixture release day as well. Fixture release day is on my birthday of all days as well, the 22nd of June, which I cannot believe. Anyone obviously listening right now, I'm going to say this now so you know already. Do not, and I mean this now, do not go onto my chat at 8 or 9 in the morning on my birthday saying who we've got first game of the season, last game of the season, all that. I don't want any spoilers. I really want to reveal this all myself and be surprised by myself. So yeah, if you want to comment something in the comment section on my fixture release date stream in the early morning, just wish me happy birthday, I guess. Do not spoil the fixtures for me, because I want to be surprised myself. And if anyone does say any fixtures in the comment section, I'm just going to say I'm not going to believe you until I find out myself. So yeah, please don't spoil it. I'm obsessed with fixture release day every season as well. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for it. And I can't believe it's on my freaking birthday of all days as well. Mad. Anyway, we'll move on now to who I think's going to stay up. So my bottom 3 are Birmingham, Cardiff, and Hull. So let's get rid of that Tigers badge. Let's move on to my 21st place. My 21st place. This, again, might be a surprise for you all. While I get it up, just going to quickly edit some things. There we go. Right, let's share the screen once more. This is my 21st place. And this, again, might surprise you all. I think they're going to have a much more difficult season than what they had this season. You ready for this? Yep, the other South Wales club. It is a bit of a surprise considering Swansea finished 10th this season in the Championship. But again, and this is where I speak for a lot of clubs here, you get these seasons where you have a good season or a solid season, and the next season you're absolutely awful. And I can just see that happening with Swansea next season. So, but I do think they're going to stay up, only just. Yeah, Swansea are my 21st place. So let me just change the colours once more. I personally think they've got a really thin squad, first of all. Second of all, Russell Martin is looking to get the Southampton job. Russell Martin's looking to get the Southampton job. So I don't know who's coming into Swansea. No one knows who's going to come in to the Liberty Stadium for next season. Jacob Perry saying, if I see you at Argyle, can I have a shout out? Yeah, of course, mate. Of course, mate. No problem. Green Army. That's the spirit. That is the spirit. I think Swansea's going to have a really difficult season, personally. But I think they're going to survive. I think they'll have enough to survive. I think they've got a very thin squad at the moment. But I just know one team, at least one team, is going to have a brilliant season or a solid season. And then they'll struggle the next season. Look at Huddersfield this season, for example. Because Huddersfield were in the playoff final last season. Of course, they lost to Nottingham Forest. And in this season, they've been awful. I know it doesn't help because Carlos Corberán departed. It just shows, though, it can happen. It can happen. And at the moment, that's what I think is going to happen with Swansea City. But I think they're going to have enough. I think it's going to be a big battle between Swansea, Hull, and who I've got in 20th and 19th and 18th on who's getting relegated and all that. But yeah, I think Swansea's going to have a much more harder season next season. So they are my 21st for the time being. So moving on to 20th. And now I will share the screen. And here we have Rotherham. United. I just think too many people, once again, are slating them off to go straight back down just because they've been pretty much an absolute yo-yo club over the last few seasons. Until this season. This season, they have finally proved they're not always a yo-yo club, and they have stayed up. So yeah, I think Rotherham are going to do it. To be honest, again, only just. I think maybe it might give them another season to go down or something. I don't know, but no, I just think they just get too underappreciated in staying in the division, in my opinion. And that's why I think they're going to stay up. Just what are you basing these predictions on? The players aren't even back from holiday to train. The transfer window officially opens 1st July. It's really early predictions, mate. A lot of YouTubers have been doing it so far, so I just wanted to get out together mine as well. Henry saying, and hopefully Whittaker will come back to us from Swansea. We all hope, mate. We all hope. I took my picture of the trophy. Oh, get in, pal. That's fantastic. I need to do that. It could be a profile picture or something. What team do you support? Obviously, this is an Argyle fan channel, so I support Plymouth. I'm from Cornwall, so there's all that. I do have a second team, though, purely because of family reasons. My dad's a Chelsea fan, so they are my favourite Premier League team for a reason. Let's not talk about the Premier League this season because I've hated it. Thankfully, Argyle are promoted, so there we go. It saves everything. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about the Premier League. I'm here to talk about the Championship and my beloved Plymouth Argyle. Rotherham 20th. Now, there's only one thing I am not a fan of with Rotherham, and that's, of course, their manager, because he is a legend of that irritating, annoying League One football club 40 miles up the road, Exeter City. Yeah. Of course, Matt Taylor's their manager. He's been that freaking scum for years. So I think that's the sole reason why, if Rotherham went down, I'd be happy, because I can just take the mick out of Matt Taylor for obviously for a laugh and all that, because he's so related with Exeter, isn't he? So yeah, but in terms of that, so many people are slating them off and expecting them to go down. I hope Rotherham actually prove people wrong, because I just think the amount of underappreciation they get is really unfair on them, in my opinion. You never know; they might go down yet. They might go down yet, but again, I just want to be different to people. Like at the start of this season just gone, I had Rotherham to immediately go down purely because of their yo-yo status. But they've proved everyone wrong this season and stayed up, and I think they're going to do it again. I really do. So yeah, I'm backing Rotherham to stay up. I am at the moment, of course, early days, of course. Yeah, this could easily change come July. End of July, just before the season starts. But yeah, I am going to predict Rotherham to stay up and finish in 20th place. So now I'm going to reveal 19th. Hey Jack, do you think you'll see Truro playing in Cornwall again? Yeah, I do, Marcus. They just need to hopefully, touch wood, get that stadium for Cornwall up and running, and then Truro can finally find their new home, because obviously they're not at Truro Road anymore. Exactly. Marcus said, I agree with you here, Marcus. Favourites don't mean nothing. We was 12th favourites last season and we won the league. And I know I sound a bit cocky, and this will be in a separate video or live stream. It'll be me reacting to my League One predictions. I had us second at the very start of the season. I had us to do very well, and that's because I thought we were going to want revenge from the end of last season. And also, Shuey got a Manager of the Month award, of course, at the end of last season as well. I think the players wanted revenge from that awful MK Dons defeat. The only player that left was Kamara, and I was confident in the team. And I somehow ended up right, saying that we'll get promoted. And we did, for the first time in 13 years. As we all know, back to where we belong, up the Janners. Let's reveal who I've got in 19th place. I do agree with your comment there, Marcus. Completely agree. Anyway, my 19th place, and all I'm going to say is, it's before I reveal it, I really do hope they have a dreadful season for obvious reasons why. Let's share my screen and find out. Like Swansea, I think they're also going to go from mid-table to a possible relegation scrap, but I think they'll have enough to stay up and be in the Championship again for 24-25. Yep, it's Preston. It is indeed Ryan Lowe's Preston, and I hope for the pray and Lord of God that this club has an absolute stinker of a season. We will never, and I mean, I will passionately go on a rant on this, we will never, ever forget what Ryan Lowe did to us in 21-22, when we looked certain to be in the playoffs at least, or get in the automatics. And then he just leaves us like this for the club from Deepdale for the money. I really hope this club has an absolute stinker of a season. And if we beat Preston this season, I will be nothing short but of smug. Yeah, there are enough. Okay, in bias aside, though, I really think they're going to. I really think they're going to have a difficult season next season, just like Swansea. They are a typical mid-table club at the moment, Preston. So I see why people have them a lot higher for that reason. But like Swansea and Hull, I think they're going to be another one that are going to struggle. And I know this might sound a bit biased, and I know I've gone a bit with my heart here, but I think that's the other reason why I've got us ahead of Preston, because I just think Shuey's going to want to smell blood in wanting to beat this football club next season. I really do. I really do. I know the determination and the passion that Shuey's given us all throughout this season, and it's his former boss, of course, because Shuey was assistant to Ryan Lowe when Ryan Lowe was managing us. I can't wait for someone in the chat now in a minute to start the chant. Ryan Lowe, he left us, and we don't give a fuck. But yeah, no, for the praying love of God, I hope Preston struggle this season. I really do. You know who's managing there, and yeah. There's just no exceptions really, but no. In general, I think they're going to struggle. I think they're going to be another one that goes from mid-table to possibly struggling. But I think they're going to have enough to do it. I think they're going to have enough to do it. Although, at the same time, I can see Preston be mid-table for most of the season. And then they slip off towards the end. I don't see Ryan Lowe leaving that club at all. I think they'll stick with him for the entire season. So we'll see. I'm the same as you, Henry. I've never been to Deepdale either. So yeah, and it looks like a decent ground as well. So all that really. Wednesday's going to win the league. Well, in a minute, mate, you're going to find out. In a minute, Mitch, you're going to find out where I've put Wednesday, of course. But obviously, I haven't said the 3 promoted sides at all yet, so keep an eye out for them. But yeah, I've got Preston to finish 19th at the moment. I don't think Ryan Lowe is going to have the season that he had this season. And I think they're going to drop off a bit. I really do. So yeah, again, like I've said so many times before in this stream already, I think it's going to be really tight this championship season, regardless. I just hope we beat this club. That's all I can say. I hope we beat this club. And in the famous words of Kevin Keegan, I'd love it. I'd love it if we beat them. Love it. So, yeah, obviously, yeah, I hope we beat Preston, of course. I hope we beat everyone. I want us in the freaking Prem. But we'll see. Hopefully one day. Hopefully one day. So, right, on to 18th then. So we're climbing away from the relegation battle and more towards mid-table, but still pretty close to the relegation battle. I'm going to reveal to you my 18th. 18th, I've gone with this annoying club, QPR. Obviously, as I've said before in this stream, my favourite Premier League team through my dad are Chelsea. So this is a club I also cannot stand for that reason. But get rid of that aside. Now, I know QPR are actually one of the favourites to go down because Gareth Ainsworth is their manager. And obviously he made that step up from Wickham to QPR during the middle of this season. But the thing is, if you rightly remember, QPR were actually having a belter of a start of the season, if you'll remember. And this just shows how tight the championship honestly is. Do you remember? Like, at the start of the season, Middlesbrough and Coventry were right near the bottom. And you had like QPR and Reading near the top, and then look what happens. That just shows how tight the championship honestly is. Like, honestly. So, because of that sole reason as well, even though I don't know if Ainsworth's going to cut it in the championship next season, this is why I think QPR is going to be fine next season. I was actually considering putting them higher because I do rate some of their squad as well, but it depends on who stays and who comes in and all that. But I've got them to have a much better season, but only just. Of course, they finished 20th this season. No wonder they're one of the favourites to go down. But again, I can just see them have. I think QPR is going to be one of those where they have another brilliant start to the season, or they're going to have a terrible start and then climb their way up and be brilliant in the second half of the season. But I don't know. But my take on QPR, and Ainsworth is another manager I can see being sacked next season, personally. I think that, in fact, I'm going to make this bold prediction now. I think QPR will be bottom when we get to about October, November, middle of October, end of October, start of November. And I think Gareth Ainsworth will get sacked. Someone else will come in. I don't know who, obviously, but someone else I think will come in and they'll steady the ship at Loftus Road and they'll climb back up again. And then they'll drop off slightly towards the end. And then I've got them 18th. So, yeah. this is another club I obviously so want us to beat as well, because Gareth Ainsworth is their manager. And over the years, every time we've been screwed over by Wycombe, he has been an absolute nightmare of a manager to beat. But look what happened this season. Look what happened this season. Who did the double over Wycombe Wanderers? Oh, yes, that's right. Plymouth Argyle. Wait, what do you mean I forgot Truro, Marcus? I don't know. I don't know what you're on about there. Remind me and then I'll explain. But yeah, QPR, I'm going to go with 18th for the time being. I think they're going to have a disastrous start. Ainsworth will get sacked. They'll bring someone else in. They'll steady the ship. They'll climb to mid-table around 11th or 12th. And then towards the end, they'll drop off and then they'll finish 18th. So yeah, 18th is QPR at the moment for me. So now we will move on to 17th place. We'll now move on to 17th place. So let's get it on the screen. It's us! Yes, it is us. Up the Janners, up the Greens, up the Argyle, up the Pilgrims, up the Plymouth. Okay, if we finish 17th, and every single one of our fan base should agree with me on this, if we finish 17th, that is an absolute belter of a first season back. First of all, it happened in 2005 when we just got promoted. And I'll tell you what, it was, I think this is our goal, personally, for this season anyway, is for us to stay up. And if we can do that, then that is a fantastic start. So we know we can build on it towards next season. Oh yeah. No, yeah. Matt Taylor is a good manager, though. Yeah, he is. He is. You're right. You are right there, Marcus. But anyway, yeah, Argyle. Now, I said this to a friend of mine who supports Derby, Connor, who's been on one of my streams before for the Derby preview and all that. We're the big if. We can genuinely finish anywhere this season, honestly. Next season, honestly. We can genuinely finish anywhere, in my honest opinion. I'm just going to open... Oh, no, wait, never mind. I was about to say I'm going to open my window because it's really hot at the moment, but it already is anyway. But, yeah. We're the big if. We're either going to go down, we're either going to just survive, we're either going to finish mid-table, or we're going to surprise everyone and at least go for playoffs. And or we do what Bournemouth does, and something similar to what Bournemouth does, and we go straight up to the Premier League. That would be a dream come true, but we'll see. I've got our 17th, so I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to surprise a lot of people coming into next season. We've got a fantastic manager. First of all. Second of all, like Rotherham's case, so many people are predicting us to go down. And it's winding me up, I can't lie. But I would say that because I am an Argyle fan. But I think we're going to do it. We might go down in a few seasons' time. But I don't know. Michael Cooper's going to come back from injury. He's proved he's a fantastic keeper. I don't know why people are thinking that Michael Cooper is going to leave this summer transfer window when he's been injured. Why would he do that? And he loves it here anyway. I just can't see it happening at all for the time being. If we get relegated this next season, then who knows? But I don't know. I'm going to say 17th for us at the moment. Again, with a big if. The only thing that winds me up from us right now is, because I actually did originally have us 15th a few days before this, but the only thing that winds me up about us is that our squad is really thin right now. Ballymumba's gone back to Norwich. We don't know if we're going to re-sign Morgan Whittaker yet. I hope for the love of God we do. Danny Mayer's gone. Niall Ennis has gone to Blackburn. So some of our retain list hasn't looked quite pretty. And I was shocked with Ennis's departure. I couldn't believe that happened personally. But But I will thank him for everything he's done for us. So all that really. But I know we have been linked with a few players as well. We've been linked with Terry Taylor from Burton to come to us this season. A top player for Burton Albion as well. Will he cut it though in the Championship? We'll see. I've also been told by Harvey that we've been linked to Johnson Clark Harris. And no matter what the possibilities are in that, if we did sign someone like him, that is massive. That is mental. But depends on how much Peterborough want him for, because obviously he is literally their start player. We don't know. We don't know. But if he did came to us, that would be absolutely amazing. But no, I know Terry Taylor's currently the favourite to come to us this summer from Burton, and to add in midfield depth with Jordan Houghton and Adam Randall. Of course, Jay Matete's gone back to Sunderland. He's another one as well. Oh yeah, and like Henry said, we're linked with Langstaff as well. Henry's saying he's not. I don't think he's good enough, but I don't know. I guess next season's going to prove. I'm really not so sure. We're the big if. We are the big if. But Peterborough have put Johnson Clark Harris up for sale as well, like Henry said. But imagine we signed him. That would be, and he has that partnership with Ryan Hardy, and he's the Niall Ennis replacement. Be wonderful. Be absolutely wonderful. But yeah, I'm going to say 17th for the time being. I don't think we're going to challenge for playoffs, I'm afraid. Well, I don't think any of the League One promoted sides are. I think the closest will be Ipswich, but we'll get to them later. But I don't think we're going down. I can see us do exactly what we did in 2005. We'll go back up. We'll go back up. We'll have a bright start to the season, and then by the time our usual Christmas form comes, we'll drop off. Then by March, people will start looking at us going, "Oh, they're on the verge of getting relegated." But then we steady the ship again, and we survive. No problem. So yeah, I'm going with 17th for the time being, but we could honestly finish anywhere. We are honestly the big if. I'm just hoping. I'm also having us to stay up because Simon Hallett has promised, even before we got promoted, that we can be a sustainable championship club. Also, people forget that this is the best ownership we've had in years, and I mean years. So that's the other thing I'm confident for. Also, our home form is incredible. I really think we're going to keep up with that as well. I really can see it happening. I just don't know about our away form. At the moment, I can see us win about 13. Hear me out on this. I can see us win about 13 or 14 games at home, but I can only see us win about 2 or 3 away. Something like that. Something like that. I mean, if we do get 17 wins next season, that's still great in itself. So you know that's a mid-table finish. And for your first season back to get that, that's incredible. And you know, hopefully after that, you can hopefully build on that and hopefully get towards the playoffs and all that, because obviously we all want that dream, don't we? But we'll see. We'll see. With a big if. I just think our home form's going to continue. I think our away form will dip, unfortunately, but I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine, and I think we'll surprise all the odds and all that, because I'm fed up with them just relegating us all the time. Marcus saying, I'm getting fed up with some English players and managers getting homesick. You look at all the South Americans, you don't hear them saying they want to go home. True. Henry, Jack, don't get my hopes up. I'm trying to get my hopes up, Henry, because the last thing I want is to see our club right back into League One, where I don't want us to be. But it could be worse. You could be in League Two, where those years were really dark and annoying and sad. But I'm going to say 17th, exactly where we finished in 2005 in our first season back. So that sounds like history is going to repeat itself. So fingers crossed. But the thing is, I trust Hallett as well, and I trust Shuey, and I trust our squad. I just hope we can sign some players, because our squad is really thin at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to say 17th for my beloved Plymouth Argyle right now. So yeah. Oh, come on, you boys in green. Like I've said already, I think there's going to be plenty I hate football moments next season. Definitely more so than this season just gone. I think the rages are going to be, well, I guess we'll find out next season, won't we? But yeah, I'm going to say 17th for us boys in green. So that moves us on to 16th place. If Liam was here right now, he'd be playing that 16th meme because I know what he's like. I know exactly what he's like. So, yeah, I'm going to get them up now on who I've got to finish in 16th place. The Potters. Yeah, I've got Stoke to finish in 16th, and I've got them to finish about a point or two ahead of us. I think, something like that. But, okay, with Stoke, now. The way I see Stoke at the moment is that I want to simply put it this way. That I just don't see them improving one bit. I don't think they'll go down. I don't think they'll go up. They'll stick with Alex Neil for the whole season, I reckon. And I think they're just going to be completely bang average. When I talk about how many bang average championship clubs there are right now. And that's why I think Birmingham, Cardiff and Hull are my bottom three for the time being. But if you want proof on a complete bang average football club right now in the Championship, it is this club from the West Midlands in Staffordshire. I really think Stoke are going to finish exactly where they finished this season. I just don't see them improving one bit. And I think they're going to have an exact repeat of this season. And like I said, I think Alex Neil's going to be the manager for... I think Alex Neil's going to be the manager for the whole entire season. And yeah, that is correct, Marcus. Family reasons and all that. Yeah. But obviously Argyle's the number one because I am from the mighty Cornwall. So there we go. It just has to be written in the stars. Anyway, I can't be asked to talk about who I support and la-di-da and all that because I am at the moment because I am here for my championship predictions. But yeah, I'm going to say Stoke to finish in 16th place. I just don't see them improving one bit. And yeah, I don't think I have enough words to say about them, to be honest, other than that, really. But yeah, Stoke is my 16th, which means we are now getting closer and closer towards mid-table. So we're going to move on to my 15th place in a second. I just need to get this club up. There has been an announcement about them as well this week just gone. Let me just get this club up on the screen once my Wi-Fi actually behaves properly. Come on. Like Marcus said there, finishing 17th and doing the double over Preston sounds better. Yeah, I'd be very happy with that. I would be very happy with that. That'd be a brilliant season. Brilliant first season back. We just need to stay up. We need to stay up or finish mid-table, in my opinion, next season. And then hopefully, touch wood, we can build from there. So who knows what the future is going to bring to us. Let me just share my screen a second. My 15th is Huddersfield. Now, I did actually originally have them higher because I know what they're like. They have a terrible season to a fantastic season and all that. But they have just announced this week that Neil Warnock is going to be their manager for next season. So I do think they're going to improve. I do genuinely think they're going to improve next season. Maybe not so by much, but I think they will. I think they will improve. I think they will improve indeed. And Huddersfield are one of those clubs where... Not going to lie, after the Warnock announcement, I was even tempted to put Huddersfield even higher, but I'm going to stick with my early predictions with what I said on Mitchell's Sheffield Wednesday channel. But yeah, no, Huddersfield are my 15th at the moment. Warnock's their manager. I don't see them going down. I think this season was obviously one to forget for the Terriers, but I think they're going to have a better season this season, next season coming. But I don't quite see them challenging for playoffs, but you never know. They could have a terrible season this season. But thankfully for them, staying up and then basically, well, having a belter of a season next season coming. Because it does happen in English football, and I wouldn't be surprised if Huddersfield did that. But I'm going to say 15th for the time being, and that's also purely because everyone else I've got above Huddersfield, I just think are going to be better. But I think they'll be in the Championship, no problem. So yeah, completely mid-table Huddersfield. And then I think Neil Warnock will do exactly what he's always been doing lately. He'll announce his retirement at the end of next season, and then he'll say he's coming back to manage either Huddersfield or another club. So, yeah, we know what he's like. Terry Taylor is looking good. Yeah, well, if we do sign Terry Taylor, then we know we've made a transfer for next season. So, I'd be pleased for us for that. So, yeah, moving on to 14th. As we climb our way up towards the League One table. Now, my 14th might surprise you all a bit. So, but I will get them up. But we're gonna get my 14th. My 14th is Millwall. Now, this is a bit of a shock for most people. I know this because they only just missed playoffs this season. And I know they completely blew it. And I still don't know how they blew the playoffs because I genuinely thought they were going to do it, honestly. Because they've been looking good all season. How what the hell do you bottle the playoffs like that? I don't get it at all. I really don't. But it's a hard one. And they're another one I was considering higher, Millwall, considering they were so close to getting in the playoffs last season as well. They did bottle it, but I just think they're going to drop off slightly. I could be so wrong, though. I was actually really unsure who to put in 14th because I could have put another team as well, but I've gone with Millwall at the end, which is a really tough decision at the end. Because I didn't know who else to go for. Because there are a lot of teams there that could easily finish in the playoffs or in the top half of mid-table and all that. But I just think Millwall's going to drop off next season after what they produced this season and then completely blew it at the end. I just don't think they're going to be the same next season. But I do think they'll be in the Championship, no problem, for 24-25. And I do think Gary Rowett is still going to be their manager. But this is an away day I'm really excited for, by the way, because they always see themselves as your heart. In fact, I'm going to play the meme. Just for the audience here. This is genuinely how I see Millwall next season.
Ooh, you're hard.
Actually, no, wait. I see Millwall as that in general, because you know what they're like. How long does Clark Harris have on his contract? I can't lie, I'm not so sure, Marcus. If only I could bring Cape United in this stream right now, I would. But I know Peterborough have put JCH up for sale, so I don't know what's going to happen with him. But yeah, going back to the men from the den, I do think they're going to drop off next season. Early prediction, of course, but I just don't see them doing it, honestly. I really do not see them doing it one bit. So, yeah. But I do think Gary Rowett's gonna be their manager for the entire season. But they could prove me wrong easily. They have got a very good squad, but I just think this season was the season just gone was the season that they should have done it in and got in the playoffs, and they blew it. So, yeah, I don't know. They could prove me wrong, though, Millwall. They really could prove me wrong. So who knows? Which now moves us on to my 13th place in a minute. We are being linked to Scott Airfield from Rangers. Fair enough, fair enough. I can't lie, I don't know what he's like as a player, and my knowledge on Scottish football is shocking. But if he's any good, and we all feel he's going to prove himself, if he did come to the Mighty Greens, then take him on. Like, yeah. Right, now, my 13th place. My 13th place, I am not going to reveal through the badge just yet, because I am just going to reveal it through a certain favourite videos of mine. So, because I still call them the meme club of English football this season. I think you might already guess who it is. But yeah. This is my 13th for next season at the moment.
Come on, Wednesday! Come on, Wednesday!
There's no more explanations for that. So yeah. I think, like us, I think Wednesday's going to surprise a few people next season. They've got a very good squad. They've proved that this season. I know they nearly blew the playoffs, and not the playoffs, sorry. They nearly blew the playoff final, sorry. Because Barnsley played really well in that final. But also, in fact, yeah, they did nearly bottle the playoffs because of that awful 4-0 defeat to Peterborough where none of their players turned up. But, and the minute I press that, Liam is loving it. So, yeah. Anyway, and George has joined the comment section. Hello, mate. You're right. Anyway. Yeah, I've got Wednesday to finish 13th for the time being. That's why I played that goated video, because I just knew this football club did not need any other introduction, because that is why, and I will say this when I release a video this summer that Jack Ward released a few weeks ago called my League One awards for this season. I'm going to release one as well when I can. And I can't lie, bit of a spoiler alert, but one of my awards will probably be the meme club of this season. And here it is, right here. But yeah, no, I think Wednesday's going to be completely mid-table. Now, the reason why I've got both Wednesday and Ipswich to finish ahead of us for next season at the moment, and I know we were the champions, and we beat Ipswich and Wednesday fair and square in League One this season, but the reason why I think these two are going to finish ahead of us next season is not just because I know both of these clubs are going to have bigger budgets, first of all. Second of all, their squads are unbelievable. Obviously, look at Wednesday's. Darren Moore's a fantastic manager as well. He nearly got West Brom not promoted. He nearly got West Brom safe in the Premier League in 2018. It just wasn't to be at the end. But he's a very underrated manager, in my opinion. I mean, look at the team they've got. They've got Barry Bannon, of course. They've got Cameron Dawson. I don't really want to mention that name because he played for Exeter. Anyway, Cameron Dawson, Liam Palmer, Barry Bannon, Josh Windass. The list goes on. Michael Smith, Lee Gregory, Volks, Byers. Byers is going to be back. Byers is going to be back. Yeah, no, I'll talk to you private message here about that, Liam. So yeah, it's up to you. But I'll work it out. I need to prepare them a lot, because I'm really I'm really excited for it. If anyone's seen my schedules already for the next few days and for the next 2 months, actually, I'm starting a review of the season series on what I've called Match of the Day League One. Match of the Day, the League One version. I'm going to produce 46 episodes from it. basically rewatching every single game from match week 1 to match week 46. If anyone does come on as a guest, you can, but reminder, I can't lie, I was planning to do these either on my own or at least with one more guest each episode, and mainly a guest from the opposing clubs until the very last episode against Port Vale, where I just want to bring everyone on because, well, we were the champions, weren't we? But if you do want to come on, let me know. But on one condition, you have to wear your headphones and we have to call on Discord, because if I play the highlights out loud on the speakers, I might get copyrighted, even on the lowest of volumes. And I don't want that to happen. So if you want to come on, because I was either, like I said, I was planning to either do this with one guest, at least one, at most one guest with each episode, or I do it on my own. But if you do want to come on, do come on. And, well, you all know Liam, don't you? Obviously, he's one of my best friends. So if Liam will join me, Liam will join me when he can. Anyone can join me when we can, but just that condition, you have to wear your headphones, because I'm not risking myself getting copyrighted, because I just cannot be bothered. So yeah, all that really. And also, if you do want to join the stream, and this is to everyone, if you do want to join the stream for my 46 episodes, or at least be in one of them or something, at least be in one of them, just please don't multitask. I really want to do these streams where everyone I know in the stream is just going to be fully concentrated on these games and all that. So yeah, I just, because it just looks more professional, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I just wanted to say that from the heart. But yeah, no, honestly, feel free to come on if you want, Liam. Obviously, on Sunday nights, I'm starting the very first episode. We played Barnsley first game of the season. And then the list goes on. But yeah, I will be rewatching every single game from the highlights and all that. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for most of June and July to do all this. I will schedule some more either tonight or tomorrow, or when I can, because I know I've got a lot to do regardless, but should be fine. Should be fine. Anyway, back to my predictions, early predictions. I have got Sheffield Wednesday in 13th place at the moment. The reason why I think Ipswich and Wednesday will do better than us next season is not because of the amount of squad depth they've got, but I also think they're more suited. I think they're going to be more suited to Championship football than we are. Even though I think all three of us are going to survive, no problem, and be in the Championship, no problem for 24-25. So that's a W for all three of us, really. But I've seen Wednesday prove themselves against Premier League teams. They gave Southampton a run for their money, and they're now playing Southampton next season. Ipswich outclassed Rotherham this season in the FA Cup. Obviously, we didn't get a chance to play a Championship club in the FA Cup this season because, well, you can thank freaking Grimsby for that. But yeah, I just think these two are going to be more suited to Championship football than we are. But I'm hoping we're the ones that are suited to Championship football more. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to say 13th for Wednesday at the moment. I think they're going to be bang mid-table, and they're going to be pleased with that. Of course, they're going to be pleased with that with their first season back. I think they'll be absolutely fine. So that is Sheffield Wednesday done. That's who I've got in 13th, which now moves us on to my 12th place. Now, this might surprise a lot of you because I know they are one of the favourites. So you might hold your breaths for this. But yeah, we're now into the top half of the table. So this is who I've got in 12th place. Obviously, this is early predictions, of course. In fact, before I show you, I'm just going to look at the I'm going to look at the end of I'm just going to look at some more of the comments a second before I remove this banner. If Borough aren't in this top 6, I'm leaving the stream. Well, you'll find out, mates, won't you? We shared a StreamYard anyway. Yeah, I know, of course. Yeah, I know. We'll figure it out, Liam. We'll figure it out. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to reviewing the season. I really am. I'm going to go through every single game, so should be good. So yeah, we'll move on to 12th place. So here is my 12th place. Right. All I'm going to say is before I show you my 12th place, this is with my heart. I've gone with this prediction as well, but I think they're gonna struggle, but I could be easily wrong. Who knows? But anyway, here is my 12th. Yep, this is my 12th. Suck it. I hope you do freaking rubbish next season. Yes, as you can tell, I cannot stand Leeds United. Now, these are one of the favourites for next season. So this does come in as a little bit of a shock. I know that. But I have heard other people before saying that Leicester's going to struggle next season, but I don't think they will. I've had others saying Southampton's going to struggle next season. I don't think they will. But it's the Championship. It's a really hard league. And for some bizarre reason, I can just see a League One promoted side like Wednesday finish just underneath a Premier League side. And I feel one of the Premier League sides is going to struggle next season. But I think my view on Leeds at the moment is if they keep the majority of their players and they show the form they showed in the Premier League at the start of this season, then I think they will be at least in playoffs. But the Championship's a really hard league. So I knew one of my Premier League candidates that's just been relegated was going to be down here like this. But yeah, Leeds are my 12th place for the time being. Let me just change the banner a second, because I'm always bloody delayed on the banners, for God's sake. Again, I could first of all be wrong, and second of all, this is early June, so this is still really early predictions yet. But I'm just gonna find the right colour for this. There we go. Yeah. But yeah, Leeds are my 12th for the time being. I know this might sound a little bit biased and with my heart, but I just don't get the hype around them on going straight back up. You never know, they might. And if they do, fair play to them. But I just think so many people are predicting all of the three relegated to clubs to go straight back up or at least all be in the playoffs. I just don't see it happening. You never know, they might, and I could be proved wrong easily. But it's the Championship. It's a really hard league. It's a really, really hard league. And I just feel one of the Premier League teams is going to struggle. And I don't see it being Leicester because I think their squad's unbelievable. And they were very unlucky to go down, to be honest, in my honest opinion. But they weren't good enough at the end, hence why they did go down. But I know they are. I'll get on to Leicester in a minute because I know they are losing some players like Tielemans, for example. And I think Harvey Barnes could be going as well. But I don't know yet, but I don't get the hype round Leeds. I know they have got some talent in that team. Rodrigo. Oh, Liam has joined me. Oh, so Liam's decided to completely invite himself to the stream. No, I'm joking. How are you, mate? How are you?
Oh, like I just said in the chat there, we have the accounts connected, so I can.
Oh, no, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm not bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. In fact, before I go into Leeds, actually, where do you have us? Where do you have us so far?
I have us 15th so far.
Yeah, that's where I originally had us, but now I changed it to 17 because I wasn't sure on our squad and all that. But yeah.
Hang on.
How come you think we'll finish 15th then, as it stands?
I just think the lower end of the Championship's just mediocre, really.
Yeah, that's the same with me. It's why I've got Rotherham to stay up because I just think too many people are going to. Yeah, no, feel free to come on, Daryl. Feel free to come on. Yeah, well, that's why I've got Rotherham to stay up because I just think too many people are slating them to go straight back down. Well, not straight back down. I mean, like just surviving this season and then going back down next season. But again, that's why my bottom three are Birmingham, Cardiff, and Hull because I just think, especially Birmingham and Cardiff, because I think they've been in the Championship for so long now. I just think it will finally be their turn. But who knows?
What's a weird colour for Leeds, by the way? Ugh.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, like, well, obviously, well, it is. You're right. Well, obviously, they play in white and they do sometimes play in yellow. So I just thought, oh yeah, cheers for that, by the way. I just thought it'd be a good idea to mix the two in general. So
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
fine.
I just thought it'd be all that really. But no, they have got some talent in that team. Again, I could be proved heavily wrong, but
I'll join you.
out
I'll
of
join you on
out of the three relegated sides, I can just see both Leicester and Southampton doing so much better. Hence why I've got Leeds in 12th at the moment. But I think it's going to be a really tight league regardless. So yeah, I'm going to now move on to my 11th place. Who have you got 12th at the moment anyway? In fact, do you want to go through your table so far from bottom to 12th?
Yeah, I can do. Yeah. Oh, Darrell has joined. There we go. Yeah, I've got it in my notes.
Moaning.
Good
Hello.
moaning, my friends. How are you?
Funny enough, Jack, I've
Still
got
alive?
Birmingham 20.
Fair enough.
I've got Birmingham.
You've got Birmingham 24th as well. Yeah, same as
Yeah.
me. Same as me.
Cardiff 23rd,
Yeah.
22nd QPR,
Same second QPR. Yeah, fair enough. Go on.
21st Rotherham,
Oh, okay.
20th Hull,
Yeah.
19th Stoke,
Yeah.
18th West Brom,
Yeah.
17th Snake.
Yeah.
Jack, I know what I want. Jack, I know what
Which,
Yeah,
which one
yeah,
you on
yeah,
about?
yeah,
You on
yeah.
about Preston there?
Bloody
Yeah.
deep Dale. Anyway, yeah, carry on, Liam.
16th Swansea, 15th
Yeah.
Ross, 14th
Yeah.
Blackburn, 13th Bristol City,
Oh,
12th
you got
Huddersfield,
Blackburn 14th. Fair play.
12th Huddersfield, 11 is
Kick the ball.
Come on, Wednesday!
Yeah.
Let me just.
Like I said already in this stream, that club just honestly needs no introduction anymore.
10th Ipswich, which I'm debating to put them lower because of the hype around them, which is stupid.
Yeah.
9th Coventry, 8th Norwich, 7th Millwall, 6th Thunderdon, 5th Borough, 4th Leeds, 3rd Watford, 2nd Saints, and 1st Leicester. I'm just debating between first and second. I'm debating whether to switch them around or not.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's the only decision I'm making. And for us, depends on the transfer window. I might put us higher, I might put us lower.
Oh, well.
Oh.
Not
I might
predicting
put us higher.
Birmingham. Not predicting Birmingham 17th or 18th again was the first mistake. Well, I don't know. I just think it'll finally be their turn. They've been in it for so long now. They've been bang average for so many years. I just think it'll finally be their turn. And I think John Eustace will get sacked next season, my honest opinion.
I mean, I've said Birmingham and Rotherham will go this season.
Oh,
I also think that we'll be seeing Everton next season because I think they'll go this
Yeah,
season.
I've got Everton bottom in my Premier League predictions so far.
No, I don't think they'll be bottom. I think they'll miss out on the safety this time.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
By the way, that was funny. That I was just watching back. Liam was saying, 11th I've got kick the ball. Come on, Wednesday. We're doing the James Milner objective on.
I can't believe Wednesday's got up, which means we've got another season with that meme.
Well, do you know what I said to you? Right, towards the end of the season, right, when you were just about to get promotion against, was it
Burton?
I've got Burton as one of my dark horses for League
Or as
One
I
next
like
season.
to call them, the beer makers.
Yes.
Because they're called the
Thing
Brooks.
is, Birmingham, like any other club mentioned, could make 6 unbelievable signings because it's only June the 9th. Season is 2 months away. You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. These are really early predictions anyway.
Why
This
do you
could
think it's
easily
called
change
very
in July.
Why do you
Exactly.
think it's
So
called very early?
exactly that. But yeah, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on from Leeds. They are one of my surprises that I've got them 12th. It's time to move on to my 11th place. I see them improving. It's my first clue so far. I see them improving, but not by much. And I get why people have got them higher because you know what they're like the last few seasons. But I just think they'll be in the championship again. My 11th is Norwich. So I don't see them hardly improving at all. Because obviously they finished 13th come... I don't know what colour to do. I'll stick with that. It's between yellow and green, isn't it? So, yeah. But yeah, I don't see them hardly improving at all. I know David Wagner, to be fair, has proved it before with Huddersfield, and that I totally get. So no wonder people have got Norwich much higher than this. But this is where I go back to my point I've been saying about 700 times this stream, where it's such a tight league, and the teams I've got ahead of Norwich, I can just see doing better. So all that really. Who knows though? Who knows? That I'll tell you what. Like QPR though, that is an away day I'm so excited for next season.
Yes.
Carrow Road.
Do you know the first fixture I'm looking out for next season?
Go on.
Leeds.
Oh, fair enough. Well, early prediction, but I've predicted us to get to be at Coventry first game of the season, and us to play Borough at home on the third game of the season.
No thanks. Later on in the season.
I wonder what Daryl thinks about that. But I think we'll get Middlesbrough away in like February or March, but we'll see.
No.
I'll go through all that later on anyway. It's clear and obvious Liam does not want Middlesbrough early. But anyway, I'm going to try and go through this when I can. Yeah, Norwich are my 11th. My 10th place, again, this was a really hard one for me because I did have them in the playoffs for some of it. But at the same time, I don't know if they're going to drop off slightly or not. And they did start this season terribly as well.
They were pack, mate.
Anyway, yeah, my 10th is Coventry. So I do think they're gonna drop off slightly. That's the wrong blue. There we go.
Thing is, I was saying to a few people that I think Coventry will have good lag. I was saying to a few people, I'll have good lag. Coventry will struggle. I think good lag, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised though. I wouldn't be surprised though with the squad they've got and the manager they've got in Mark Robbins. I would not be surprised at all if they finished any higher and did get playoffs at least. I was even considering putting them in playoffs, but I chose not to at the end, considering with who else I've got in there for the time being. But yeah, I've currently got Coventry to come 10th place at the moment. I think they're going to drop off slightly, but I think they're going to be in that playoff battle for the majority of the season. But this time, I think they're going to be worse off. But who knows? Who knows? That moves me on to my 9th place.
Let's be having you. Oh, wow.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Well, Let's Be Avenue FC was my 11th.
Well done, Liam.
And their rivals are my 9th. Well, to be fair, like Liam said, I don't get the absolute hype around Ipswich at the moment, but I do think they have a very good squad. I don't think they're going to get playoffs. No way near. I don't think. But I don't think they're going to get. But I don't think they're going to struggle either. I do think they're going to be the best out of the promoted sides. But I think if you're an Ipswich fan, I think you would take a 9th place finish anyway. So
it doesn't make sense to me though, Jack, because they're getting all the hype and they finished second in the league. But when we won the league, I know you're not saying that, but I don't think they'll finish that high. We're not getting the respect we deserve, but Ipswich all the.
Oh no, yeah, I agree. I agree. But I said earlier in the stream when I predicted Wednesday 13th, I just think these two are going to be more suited to Championship football than we are. It's not because of that they finished lower than us. I just think they're going to be more suited to Championship football. But I do agree that we aren't getting the respect that we deserve. I mean, we've just won the freaking league. We're freaking coming up as champions. I've just realised also, who's the only club next season that's coming into the Championship as reigning champions? Plymouth Argyle. So there we go.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I think Ipswich will do well next season, but not as well as what the bookies and the media think they'll do. So yeah, I think they'll get a solid 9th place finish. But although there have been links with Kieran McKenna taking that Leicester job, but I don't see it happening at all.
No. Leicester's a bit of a foxy club, isn't it?
Might be.
Right.
My 8th place. This might surprise you both, actually. Well, I think to be fair, I think Liam's seen my predictions already. But
I've just looked at them. Yeah.
Yeah. My 8th place is who I've called my dark horses so far for next season.
It's called
Get
Exeter.
them up now. I hope they don't. I hope they don't do well. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, it's these lots from Bristol.
Bristol City. City.
I hope they don't do well. They're our nearest rivals next season, obviously.
Well, there's actually two clubs. There's two clubs there, isn't there, Liam? So you got a pair of Bristols.
Yeah.
What have I tipped? Right.
But yeah, no, my only thing with Bristol City, though, is that I don't know about Nigel Pearson. I think they're going to be another one of those clubs where he'll go during the first half of next season, but then they'll bring someone else in and then they'll be so much better. That's what I personally think. And I know they get that one season where they're at least challenging for playoffs. I remember that 2018 season when they were in the playoffs, but they have been bang average ever since. I get why people have got them to go down because they have been bang average for quite a few seasons now. But the team they have in Anis Mehmeti, Alex Scott, all that, I kind of rate them, to be honest, but
yeah,
I guess time will tell. I think they will improve next season, but I think they'll end the season with a different manager. I think they'll look to challenge for playoffs, but I think it'll be too little too late. So I can see them doing what Oxford did last season, basically, when they finished 8th, just behind our slots.
I'll tell you one thing. This is real as well. I came up with a bit of an unintentional joke when we played against Bristol City at the Riverside. Because Nigel Pearson was obviously the manager of them.
Yes.
And someone said, "When's Nigel coming out?" I said, "Oh, he'll appear soon." He'll appear soon. And I didn't realise until after I said it, I was like, oops, sorry, that's a bit of an unintentional joke. I said, he'll appear soon. Appear soon, oh dear. It was an unintentional joke, but was funny at the time. Got a few titters, I suppose.
Actually, before I go into who I've got 7th and just missing out on playoffs, early question, Daryl, but who do you think Borough's going to have on opening day so far, as it stands? If you had to pick anyone.
A championship club.
Oh, funny.
Yes.
But how on earth am I meant to know?
Come on, just guess someone, honestly.
Well,
just
I'm
guess
going to be
someone.
honest, right? The last couple of seasons, we have started our campaigns away from home against teams like Watford, Luton, etc., against London clubs. Wouldn't surprise me if we played Watford again away from home. Start of the season, because that would be the second or third time that happened, because we always seem to play in London first games, or potentially we could end up playing against Norwich or Ipswich or someone daft, we won't get Plymouth first game of the season, I can tell you that.
I think we'll get you early, but I don't think we'll be away early. No,
I'd rather make it the week that I'm down there.
Do you want me to show the 7th, Jack? Because I've already sorted it for you.
Why? What's that?
I've sorted number 7.
I'll put it up. I'll put it up in a minute. Cheers anyway, though.
It's Watford.
No, it's not. It's not. That's actually wrong. I think Liam's got. No, it is because it's not Watford. So a bit of a spoiler there for everyone. But no, I think you haven't got. I think you haven't got my updated one. That might be why. Because I did. I can't lie. I did tweak it when I was on Mitchell's stream the other day.
I just took the one from Insta. That's why that was.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, mine has changed slightly. But I will get onto Watford when I can. Bristol City, I think they're my dark horses at the moment. But again, I could so easily be wrong. So I don't know. We'll see. My 7th place, if I can get them up now. Yeah, it's there, right there, actually, yeah. Saints are my 7th. Yeah, they are my 7th because now again it is another shock, I know, considering that they're going to be one of the favourites coming into next season. And I know apart from James Ward-Prowse, they are keeping the majority at the moment. I think they're keeping the majority of their team. But I don't know what it is with Saints. I can just, what Derby did this season in League One? I can just see them do exactly the same next season. Well, I don't know. I can see them be in playoffs or in that autos race for most of the season, and then they'll drop off slightly, and then they'll absolutely bottle it on the last day. But I don't know.
I've got Leicester and Southampton to finish top 2, and Southampton.
Yeah, you've both got them to bounce straight back up. It's fair enough, but
you got to
no, I don't think Saints are going to do as well as expected. But if they do bring in the right, I don't know how Russell Martin's going to do with them as well. But if they do bring in the right recruitment, the right players, they're definitely going to be one of the favourites, 100%. But I just feel one team I can just see do exactly what Derby did this season and what we bloody did last season. And I just feel that could be Saints. But it's a tight league. It is a tight league.
What didn't change?
At least we don't have another season with no bloody sheep. You do. You've got Swansea and Cardiff, mate.
Well, I've got Swansea to stay up and Cardiff to go down.
Oh, that'll go down well.
I'll go. In fact, before I go into my top 6, this is a reminder, everyone, on what I've got so far. So my relegated 3, I've got 24th Birmingham, 23rd Cardiff, 22nd Hull. 21st, I've got Swansea. 20th, I've got Rotherham. 19th, I've got Preston. 18th, I've got QPR. 17th, I've got the mighty Argyle. Come on, you Greens. 16th, I've got Stoke.
Yeah, something like
15th, I've got Huddersfield. 14th, I've got Millwall. 13th, I've got Wednesday. 12th, I've got Leeds. 11th, I've got Norwich.
It's Friday, actually.
Yes. 10th, thank you, Daryl. 10th, I've got Coventry. 9th, I've got Ipswich. 8th, I've got Bristol City. And 7th, I've got Southampton, which means we have just got the top 6 to go now. So let's whiz through them. So,
an awful colour. Ugh.
Pink.
Southampton's colour.
Pink's a great colour. I like pink. It reminds me of Kirby. But if it reminds me of Dolores Umbridge, I hate it.
What colour have we got? Red. It's
blue.
That's a clue on who I've got 6th. That's
what you want. Blue. Was this blue you're looking for? You want
well, no, that's why I've changed it to very, very navy blue. But let me just share my screen first. Reveal who I've got in 6th place.
But have you got?
This is who I've got in 6th. I actually did originally have West Brom in my bottom half because of their financial state at the moment. But I highly rate their manager, Carlos Corberán, and I think despite their troubles off the field at the moment, I think they're going to sneak it. I genuinely think they're going to sneak it right at the death.
He got Huddersfield to the playoffs, I think, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He got Huddersfield to that playoff final, lost to Forest. But that's why I've got so many surprises in this, because there's going to be one club where you have an exceptional season this season, and then the next season they're absolutely awful, or in the words of you two, cack.
Cack. Yeah. No, that's my saying, actually. Liam just steals it.
But no, I highly rate Carlos Corberán. So I think West Brom's going to have a much better season next season than this season. So we see an angry Brian. But yeah, at least we don't have another season with no bloody sheep. Oh, that's like a Daryl comment.
No, you got Swansea and Cardiff. So you still got sheep.
Actually, yeah, we will, because I've got Derby promoted. So there we go.
Well, a bit of a bad thing then, isn't it?
Yes.
That's the sheep.
Anyway, yeah.
Main sauce. Sorry.
That is a sheep for you there, everyone. Anyway, yeah, West Brom are my 6th. I think Carlos Corberán is going to have a belter of a season next season. I think they're going to be much more improved. But do I think they'll go up for the playoffs? We will see. We will see. We will get on to my 5th place now.
Didn't they? They bottled it in the end.
My 5th place is also a debatable one. Watford. If that badge loads up, there we go. In fact, I'm going to get it up like that because that Wikipedia page is annoying me.
Can I just say, Hornets are not red. And by the way, they're called the Hornets. Right, they're nicknamed the Hornets, and they've got a freaking elk on their logo.
Bear with me.
Like, why have you got an elk on your logo? It does not represent Watford when you're the Hornets.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I think it does, but I think they should show a hornet as well. Yes, I agree.
I mean, the colour-wise, it represents a hornet, but why would you have an elk in the middle of the doesn't represent it at all.
Oh, I don't know. I like the badge personally, but I agree there should be a Hornet on it. Yeah, it's better than Aston Villa's new badge. I hate Aston Villa's
Jack,
new
did you
badge.
make your thumbnail, by the way?
No, the goat at thumbnails did.
Oh,
of course.
I couldn't make that. I'd be useless. But yeah, no. Anyway, debatable one because I know a lot of people have said what.
You don't look very happy.
Pardon?
You don't look very happy in the thumbnail.
It's a thinking face. That's why I don't look happy.
Oh.
He's thinking. Don't think.
That's exactly why I don't look happy. But yeah, no. The reason why I've got Watford 5th at the moment is because their new manager, of course, is Valerian Ismail, who took Barnsley to the playoffs in 2021. However, and they've still got a very good team as well. I don't know how Ismail Assar is still at that squad. Like, fair play to him, but cheers for that, Liam. Cheers for that. Cheers for that, guys. No, I appreciate that. But the only thing Watford have to avoid is basically they cannot do a Chelsea and sack their managers immediately like they usually do, because that's what lets them down.
Watford, I think the record for Watford have gone through 4 managers in the season once. I think that was the record.
It's mental.
It's because they're border daft.
Oh, by the way, hopefully we're using this next season. That'd be good to use.
I was gonna say, surely we can't go a whole season not scoring a goal.
No, it's for you. It's mainly for your streams.
Yeah.
Like, if you do watch-alongs or something, because I know some of you don't go to. I know the likes of.
We'll work it out next season anyway.
Yeah, but I know the likes of you and Harvey can't always get to the games. So.
Oh, yeah, no, it's the same with all of us, really. But Liam and I spoke about it. We're going to try and work it out next season. But either way, it should be good. But, yeah, Watford are my current 5th place at the moment. But I think they will improve next season. But I think, like with us, and considering that they finished... Where did they finish this season? It was 11th, wasn't it? Yeah, they finished 11th. They could finish anywhere, honestly. I don't think they'll go down, though. I cannot see them going down one bit. But anyway, that's my 5th place at the moment, which moves me on to my 4th place. 4 clubs to go, who I think are going to be the top 4, battling for the entire season for Automatics promotion. Anyway, Daryl might not like this 4th place. That's my only clue I'm going to give him.
I knew Sunderland was going to come up at some point. Look,
is it?
The thing with
and you are bang on. It is the Black Cats themselves. Yeah, I think and to make it even worse for you, Daryl, this is who I've got to win the playoffs next season at the moment. I don't know. I genuinely can see them doing it.
You can't, if you've supported Bo as long as I have, you know for a fact that we never win the playoffs. People have us to. If we end up in the playoffs, a lot of people have Bo to win the playoffs. Never happens. The last time we won a playoff, right, was against Chelsea in '88.
Oh, wow.
We never win.
I remember, I don't remember it, obviously, but I remember the fact that I know which team Chelsea had in the Championship that season, the mighty Plymouth Argyle. So my derby actually existed that season.
Is that the colour Sunderland use?
Well, I mean, they're both red and white, so I thought I'd mix it together. They're not plain on red like your Bristol Cities. But yeah, this is a club I can see in the Premier League in at most 5 years' time. And it's easy to forget as well.
They're not a club. They're not a club that really belong in this sort of division. I hate to say it.
You say that though, which I do agree with. I completely agree with that. But you say that, but at the end of the day, wherever you are deserved where you are. I mean, we don't belong in League 2 for crying out loud, but we deserve to be there because we were shit those years.
Yeah, we were.
So there we go. But yeah, no, I do think Sunderland will go back up. They proved this season coming back up really how capable they are. They even had Ross Stewart out of injury out 2 injuries, for the majority of this season. And I think next season he's going to come back with all that and stuff. If they make the right signings, I think they're going to be well and truly up there.
It depends if they can keep their players. Amad Diallo's going back.
Well, Amad Diallo's going back to United, isn't he?
Oh, I had you. I mean, you, Jack, might not know how Liam will know, and anyone who's watching that's probably watched my channel before. Harry Doherty.
Oh, right.
Right. Sent a message saying, apparently, Amad Diallo's gone to Manchester United from Sunderland on a free transfer. I said, mate, he's on loan at Sunderland.
I was about to say that.
I was like, talk about stupidity. He just sent me a message. He sent me a message after saying, just realised he's on loan. I was like, yeah, he's on loan, you dickhead. Like, of course he's going back to United. He's going back to United because he was on loan at Sunderland. He hasn't transferred.
I love how you're just telling this person, correcting this person a fact and stuff, and you're immediately calling him a dickhead.
Man.
That's
Get
funny.
on again.
So yeah, Sunderland are my 4th, which leaves me into my top 3. Deliberate voice crack there, Muppet. Right.
I mean, my
3rd is Blackburn, so I have gone a bit different to Liam here.
Cackburn.
Really?
They're another one where I feel if they get the right players. I mean, annoyingly, they've already signed Niall Ennis from us, so I am obviously gutted about that. We're both gutted about that.
They've lost Ben Brereton Diaz.
They are losing their their striker Diaz. They're losing them to Villarreal. I think that's personally why they did end up going for Ennis at the end.
Yeah. I was saying that to Liam.
But I said to Liam and Harvey on Instagram, I think you would have seen this already, Darryl. Anyway, as long as we can replace the players we've sold, and they're all exceptional next season, then we're in for a decent season.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we're in for a decent season.
This is one of the things.
Yeah, Diallo's great, Henry. I completely agree. He's a brilliant player.
The teams like Coventry, the teams like Blackburn, etc. Potentially bother. You never know. And Sunderland, right? The teams that all got into the playoffs and were in like the top 6 races, etc. Right? And maybe not Borough especially. I don't know. But Sunderland probably not. I don't think Sunderland will have this issue. But a lot of the teams who have just got a bloody mumba. A lot of the teams who have a good season getting towards the top 10, etc., tend to go on a bad one next season. And I have a feeling Blackburn and Coventry, certainly if Coventry lose the likes of, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to say this. If Coventry lose Gyökeres and Gustavo Hamer and fail to come up with good replacements, I reckon they'll be in a relegation battle, personally.
Yeah.
And then you've also got Blackburn. I think Blackburn had a really good season last season. This season, I reckon they'll be mid-table. Because it always seems like, I mean, I've watched the Championship long enough to know that teams who get in towards the top 6 don't have a particularly good season next season.
That's what I've got. I agree, because that's what I've got with Millwall at the moment. I've got Millwall 14th at the moment.
It's very unpredictable. It's a very unpredictable league this season.
I mean, this season in League One's literally proved that. We finished 7th, Oxford finished 8th, we ended up champions, and Oxford nearly got relegated. So what does that tell you? It's very unpredictable.
No, you only finished 7th because you cocked up against MK Dons.
We literally cocked up on the last day, yes, and we went from
let's be
7th
honest,
on the last day. It was horrible.
Let's be honest. If Scott Twine wasn't playing for MK Dons, they wouldn't even have been in the top 6. You'd have got up there.
Yeah,
easily.
Well, to be honest, I'm not that bothered now because we won the league this season.
This is a classic.
Look where MK Dons are now compared to where we are. So yeah.
The last time
as Goldbridge would say.
The last time that we had Leicester and Southampton and Leeds all in the EFL Championship was 2012 when Southampton got promoted.
Yeah, last time we've had Southampton.
And this is like a classic.
In League
This
One.
is like a classic Championship lineup.
It is. I literally said, I said to Liam, the minute we got promoted, I said, it's just like old times, isn't it? It's wonderful.
You've got Borough, proper Championship club. Bye! You got Borough, Plymouth, Ipswich, Norwich. Got the East. You got a few derbies in there. The East Anglian derby. You've got a Southern derby now between. I mean, I don't know whether using Southampton are classed as rivals, but it's probably the closest.
No.
And probably Bristol City, but you know. You've got the teas. You got the teas. We haven't
really got
the derby still in there. You've got East Anglia. You got the Sheep derby.
Yes.
You know, you've got. I was going to say the East Midlands derby there for a minute, but that would have been
close to one. We were close to one.
It would have been if they'd come down.
And then we got 3 West Midlands clubs. No, 4 West Midlands clubs: West Brom, Stoke, Birmingham, Coventry.
Stuff like.
Well, Coventry and Leicester have that M69 derby. They've got their derby back.
Yeah. Oh, you've also got the 7 derby.
Like we haven't got any mainish rivals this season, but in terms of context, our main rivals next season are Preston because Ryan Lowe's their manager.
Is that the only reason, mate? Preston's about 6 hours from you.
I know it is, but it's the context on why they're our main rivals next season. If Ryan Lowe wasn't their manager, it would be a lot different.
Well, he's certainly feeling low after losing 5-0 at us.
Well, I've got Preston to finish lower than us anyway. So, and I bloody hope with all our hearts that happens.
Of course you have.
I do though. I genuinely think they're another mid-table team. I think it's going to struggle next season. Lowe hasn't impressed me that much.
Me and Liam were saying earlier on, right? Because I was saying some of the Borough fans towards the end of last season, and obviously
get my second place up for the time being.
Yeah, Borough fans. Well, I assume this is Borough because there's no way we're winning the league.
Well, you don't know that, yeah.
We've got some of our fans just get too cocky. Really?
Leicester are my second, so I do think they're going to immediately bounce straight back up. Yes, but I don't. I get why a lot of people don't have them going back up. They're getting rid of Tielemans. I think Madison's going. Harvey Barnes, I think, could be going. But even if Vardy goes, they've still got a quality striker up front in Kelechi Iheanacho. So I just think out of the 3 promoted teams, they're going to be the ones going straight back up. And they were instantly close to staying up as well. I mean, I genuinely think they'll bounce straight back up.
Huh. Okay. What I was saying was some of our fans last season were getting rather cocky towards the end of the season, saying, "Oh, we're going to beat Coventry 4-5-0." We lost, and a lot of our fans expect us to absolutely demolish teams that have come up. So some of our fans, I know for a fact, and I'll disagree with them if they do say it, because I think a lot of Borough fans, certainly certainly some of the deluded ones in the fan base, or the really optimistic ones, will think that we'll smash Plymouth 4-5-0. And I said to
no, I don't think you
and
will,
I literally said to Liam, I said, being honest, I would expect Borough fans, like people like myself, I would expect the Borough to get results against not relegation teams, so against newly promoted teams. You know,
not that colour.
But this thing with Borough is although we're a good team, when it comes to playing games that we are expected to win, certainly against newly promoted teams.
Where's the red?
Struggled. He's got the red.
Oh.
The reason why I think you'll go up is because I simply, Daryl, highly rate your manager.
Carrick.
I highly rate your manager, and I think he's going to take next season by storm, and I can see Carrick managing in the Premier League. That's why I've got Borough top at the moment.
Look, Carrick's a really good manager. However, a lot of the times in a lot of the games this season, if we've been in losing positions, we have not got a plan B. So
true.
I say things need to change. the other reason I don't see us going up, this season, because we're having to rely on cheap transfers and loans, because we have got a board. Our board and our chairman,
we hope Marcus
is a bit like the Glaziers, doesn't freaking want to spend money half the time. So, last season, right? You look at all the signings we had. Majority of them were loans, and although we did really, really well, like if we were to get promoted, we would not stay up, because the club, quite frankly, our club and the squad is not good enough. One is not good enough to take us up or certainly become champions, and two, if we did go up, it would not keep us in the Premier League. So we're a club that's not really ready to go up yet. I would love it if we did go up, obviously, but at the same time, like as much as I'd like to say the Borough will go up this season, I'm more of a realistic fan. Like, I know if there's games like the games against Plymouth, Ipswich, and Sheffield Wednesday at home, I will expect us to get wins against, because we're normally good at home. Away from home, I'll be surprised if we get a point, to be honest, because we struggle against newly promoted teams.
I mean, if you don't have a
Rotherham was an example. Wigan's been an example in the past. Like,
if you don't, when you play us at home park, if you don't have a plan B and you're 1-0 down, don't expect to come back and win.
No, I don't. Mate,
to be honest, for some reason, I can see
us to win against. I don't expect us to win against Wednesday, Ipswich, or Plymouth away from home, because I mean we haven't played you for about 13 years, so I can't really say what our records normally like against you, etc. But when I've seen Borough playing against Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday, we struggle away at their grounds. Yes, we've won there in the past, but we do struggle against Wednesday and Ipswich, and we have done in the past. So
I was going to go on to that because I was actually going to say for some reason I can see Borough winning at home park and then us getting a point at the Riverside. I don't know though.
I mean, if you get
you're right, mate. Well, I think I've told Liam this already, but I can see us continue our home form next season, despite the fact I've just said that. But I can see us win about 14, 15 games at home and then win only like 2 or 3 away. I don't know, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good header. I'll tell you what, I'd be pretty impressed if that did happen. But
I've already said we get 17 wins next season. We're laughing.
The last manager to take us up was Aitor Karanka, and it didn't really work out well in the Premier League, did it?
No, it's a shame.
We went down with Sunderland. Sunderland went down the next season, which is amusing.
At least you were better than Sunderland that season, for your sake.
Oh, well, that's debatable. I mean, we got 6 points off them, which I was chuffed.
Well, you beat them to the table. They were shocking that year, and then they went down the next season.
I know that. I don't know what happened there, but I wasn't sad, quite frankly.
Well, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't.
That was that was such a strange 2 seasons at North East. You had statistically and financially probably the biggest club in the North East, Newcastle United, getting relegated, Sunderland staying up, and Borough going up.
Exactly.
Then Borough and Sunderland went down. Newcastle went
and then Newcastle went up. Yeah.
So. We haven't had a Tyne-Tees derby since 2011, I think, or something like that.
And I know the last time you played Newcastle was 2010, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 2010. It was 2010. Because that was the year we went down from the that was the year we went down from the Championship. We went down with Peterborough and Sheffield Wednesday. Newcastle relegated us, for God's sake. So they got promoted while we got relegated. But yeah, what I was going to do for part 2 of this live stream, I'm going to say for another season. Before I end the stream, though, Do you think we couldn't get an upgrade from Ennis? I do. I think we will sign a replacement for Ennis. Yes, I just don't know who yet. I pray it's Johnson Clark Harris. So we have been linked with him. So who knows? He's been put up for sale as well. But yeah, my part two of the video, and I know a few football YouTubers have done this before. They have made a prediction video called "The Wheel Decides My Championship Predictions," for example. I am going to make a video on that because I just want to see what it comes up with. So it'd be very interesting.
There's middle to a bottom of the league. I'm turning off after 5 seconds.
Yeah, I don't. If it's us bottom, I'm probably just going to react going, "Oh, fuck off. You can't do that."
I mean, to be realistic, most people have got used to be relegated, to be honest.
Yeah, I just think we're going to surprise them.
No, you'd be like this, Chuck.
Why the fuck did you do that?
No.
Like that, yes. If I could add in that Goldbridge meme for next season, I would actually, because it's so good. But yeah, obviously, if I just stop sharing my screen there, that is the end of this video there, guys. I hope you very enjoyed it. Very early predictions, of course. Obviously, I'm making the actual one at the end of July, about probably 5 or 4 days before the season starts. So yeah.
Wow.
So yeah,
fixtures come out on the 22nd.
Yeah, the fixtures come out on my birthday of all days, which is going to be very bloody exciting, isn't it? I don't want to turn 24; it's not fun.
And you'll be able to enjoy in the first game of the season a nice 8-hour trip to Sunderland.
Yep, I've got some. What have I got so far? In fact, before I end the stream, I'm going to actually go through briefly.
I'm pretty sure you. I know you.
Actually, no, I won't. No, I won't. But I'll just say that at the moment, I've got us to go to the Stadium of Light in the middle of December, and then to play them at home at the end of April.
Right. I don't think that's likely to be correct unless you've seen the what the.
I think that's for me.
Should say Happy Easter on it. Oh, happy birthday.
I'll take that. I'd rather have an Easter than my freaking becoming an age older.
Hey, I'm turning 21 in July.
That's the age I want to be. 21, not freaking 24.
You should have a banner saying
wasn't
happy birthday,
Easter.
you old bugger.
It was this.
Happy 21. Happy birthday, you old sod.
Yeah, it probably will be that. But yeah, just again, a reminder, guys. Let me just change the brand colour back to green because I do not want to see it in red.
Disgusting colour.
Yeah, it is a disgusting colour. I agree, Liam.
Why? Liam's got a goat on his name, but when you're looking on the stream, it looks like a sheep.
It's the best. Red is only the best colour in Formula One. Nothing else. Anyway,
in the northeast.
I don't know about that. Yeah. Again, a reminder to everyone in the comment section and everyone in general. When I do this stream on the very early morning of my birthday, no one rattle and romp my entire comment section saying who we got first game, last game, and who we got Boxing Day, because I just want to find out myself. If someone spoils it for me, you're getting banned from the chat. There we go. Either that, or I'm just going to look at it going, I'm not going to believe you until I see it myself. I want to find out game by game, round by round, on who everyone's got, so I can surprise myself. But at the moment, I think we're going to be away to Coventry, first game of the season. But the chances of that in 23 in a million or whatever. So we'll see. But yeah, anyway, that is the end of the stream. Thank you to Daryl and Liam for coming on as well, for being my traditional and brilliant special guests.
Yeah.
And I guess we will see you in either the next stream or the next video I upload. So yeah. Anyway,
have a good morning.
Yes, have a very good morning, evening, and afternoon, wherever the hell you are in the world. And yeah,
can I just say, by the way, this is a football stream, and we've got someone in the chat saying I like cheese sandwiches. Well, cheese for that.
Yes, fair play.
Cheese for that, mate.
Anyway,
If you didn't
Thank you all, guys, for tuning in. And yeah, I'll catch you all later.
Yeah.
Up the Janners, up the Greens, up the Argyle, up the Pilgrims, up the Plymouth. Come on, you boys in green. And
bye.
we'll see you.